Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you were out in nature somewhere today, right? Today actually was in the 60s today out here. So hey, I am not complaining. I'm not in New York where the snow is or was. And anyway, I really hope you are getting out, bringing your family out, and at this time, you know, a lot of people, depending on where you live, you could be sad or depressed because of the weather, depending on where you are. And, you know, that is normal, especially if you are like in areas that have snow and it's cold out and you really prefer the heat, you know, so there are ways that you can get help through those times. There are actually herbs out there that can help you through seasonal I don't know what they call it. It's something with seasonal problems that people get throughout the wintertime because you're not getting a lot of sun. So that's what I found out long time ago. Like your doctor can even, you can go and get vitamin D. I believe that's what my doctor was giving me before to help you out when you're not getting enough sun. So make sure, though, you get out in the sun as much as possible if you are living in those areas. And anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you can find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Digman. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight, and you can leave me a message down below. Beep, beep, beep. And don't forget the notification bell, that way you do not miss any videos. Plus, you can share my videos with your family, your friends. Let's see, a cow, moo, and a horse, of course. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Digman Starlight. So this video here is for people that are single or even together with somebody. You might be single, searching, I hope, right? You haven't given up, right? Or people that could be like really close to friends and they're working on, you know, going to the next level. Hopefully you're taking your time and you're not in a rush, right? Good things come to those who wait patiently. Or it could be for people that are kind of in a relationship, but they have not, you know, like been intimate with each other, like having sex with each other because they're going through step by step to do everything the right way to get to that point. Or people out there that are like boyfriend, girlfriends, you got husbands and wives, and best of all, twin flame relationships. So there's a little bit of everything out there, and I didn't mention anything about same-sex, you know, relationships, but, you know, because I really just want to focus on these kind of relationships. But anyway, this video, Starlight could not make up her mind what video because it had to do with age. So doesn't matter, like if you're searching for someone, and I'm going to backtrack a little bit, but not quite yet, is, you know, like guys, the ones that are searching, or maybe you're already with that one, or maybe you're friends, you know, really super good friends, and whether you had sex with her or not, doesn't matter what her age is. What age, you know, like the low, you know, the youngest to like the oldest of like an age range, you know, would you go out with a lady? And ladies, what is your age range as far as, you know, like searching for that one if you're single, or maybe you're already with someone, but you haven't, you know, been fully intimate with them, like having sex, or maybe you're married to somebody already, you know, or you're in a twin flame relationship. What age range do you like the guys to be? And that goes on. So I don't want to get off track because there's so many different things. And I love these kind of topics because Starlight, how long ago was it? Starlight. It was so long ago I forgot. It's been long enough, long enough time that Starlight has been single. And on that note, though, off and on for the longest time, I think after 2007, I didn't rush out after 2007 when I got out of a cult church to go out and look for anyone. Believe me, Starlight, I think, turned into a vegetable or something at that point. Wasn't interested in dating or anything because I needed time to heal. So Starlight was like 3 years later after that cult church when Starlight actually was like, because I needed time to heal from 7 years of being in a cult church with my children, especially both of my kids went through hell in that church, but my son was there the full term. And so anyway, with that is when Starlight got back out there, I was in a box, definitely in a box all those years, keeping myself safe and getting healed, or thinking I'm getting healed, just needed time off, from dating anyone. And when I say this, just because I was in the cult church, that means, a lot of you didn't hear any of my videos before. I was in a relationship with that cult church group. So a lot had to get healed in that time frame. So Starlight was like a turtle. She was taking her freaking time. She absolutely was not in a rush to get in any kind of relationship. And really, at that point, Starlight just wanted to get out, and check out the dating apps. And I didn't do that. That was after 3 years. It took some time even after 3 years. So Starlight really stayed to herself. I was not in contact with really any guys for those first 3 years. Not at all. Starlight was quite shook up from the 3 years, the 7 years before that. So, this is what a lot of people mess up on. They're in a relationship for a long time and then they jump right into a relationship without even getting to know the person that they're getting involved with. So Starlight was, the reason why we end up having problems in the first place is to learn lessons. So, well, what was the lesson that you should be learning, in each relationship? How many relationships have you had, from the time you started all the way through? So how many lessons, do you have to learn for the next time when you start back out? But some people have given up. Starlight never would have given up, and I haven't given up, and I'm already building a relationship now. So with that being said, as Starlight started going on a dating app, and I never went on one of those before that time because I didn't have a computer. So now that I had a computer after being in that church, is Starlight would get pop-ups on her phone about dating apps and dating, sites. So Starlight did look online, and so Starlight was filling out a profile, and getting her, and it took a long time for Starlight to ever figure that out because she didn't really have computer skills, and Starlight was way behind with even having a laptop, even having a cell phone. So anyway, with that, finally, Starlight got her profile made on a dating app called Plenty of Fish. Now that Plenty of Fish is nothing like it used to be. Now everything costs money, So with that is Starlight was I love filling out the profiles. It just was, I was having a hard time doing everything on the dating app. So Starlight, long time ago, it's kind of funny. The universe has ways of surprising all of us, especially if you are in a twin flame relationship. And that's what Starlight has been in for a while now, is a twin flame relationship. Those are not like any other kind of relationship out there. These are totally different. It's not like a, just a regular, I call it a 3D relationship. It's not one of those. It's not like when people go to church and have a relationship like that, not having, sex with each other until not all churches are like this anyway, but that's where Starlight came from, is, hey, keeping myself pure and clean until, I got married. So with all that is, so Starlight was filling out a profile, and like I said, I love doing that. I love, picking out what pictures I want, and so when anybody goes through any of those dating apps, you're going to make you're going to make a lot of errors, you're going to learn, okay, that was not the right thing to do. I got to change that up. Like pictures, for instance, is, picking out the right picture. And the profile, what are you searching for? Bam, when Starlight did a profile, friends. I might have even said hang out because I was a different person at that time. And then it will have like all kinds of information. They have different kind of profiles out there, and all different kinds of dating apps. So all of them are so different questions, So Starlight loves doing that stuff, though. Is a lot of people don't like that, where Starlight, that I want to put that information out because they need to know this stuff about me, is, and I did put on my profiles, Starlight was looking for a friendship, hoping down the road to get married, but absolutely no sex until, that was in my profile, because I wanted to get rid of all the weeds out there, because I wasn't looking for weeds. I had to weed it all out, my garden, my beautiful garden, I had to get all the weeds out of there. Get out of here. Starlight doesn't want weeds in her beautiful, flowery, fruitful garden. So, and vegetables and herbs. So, then it was the age range, that was one of the, and that's on a lot of profiles on dating apps, is the age range. So like I said, is the universe, okay, when you really desire somebody, and especially if you're like, you would like to be in a twin flame relationship, I'll tell you what, everything that you thought what you would want as far as a guy or a girl, now Starlight's only interested in one man, but before, when I was single, I would say guys. But, so I had a list of things that, this is, my whole life. We all have this, like, certain things about us that this is how the person's got to be. This is what they got to, like what race, what age, how tall, what color, color of their hair. Yeah, Starlight was like that too. Were they athletic type? Did they go out in nature? Did they, these are mainly the main questions on profiles. And do you want to get married, or do you want to just, what kind of relationship? Are you looking for friends, dating, hang out, friends with benefits, or one night stands kind of stuff, or marriage? Like all kinds of questions. So Starlight loves doing this stuff. It's I learned a lot by going on dating apps. So would you believe now because I'm younger, of course the dating range would change quite a lot right now. I say quite a lot, but maybe not that much. So Starlight was thinking, and I'm going to explain why, is, okay, I'm searching for a man. And then, of course, I'm just going to be blown right out and say this, is, they would actually have, like, what kind of man do you want, like, what race? And even though race is an illusion, what race, what age, does it matter what color eyes? Absolutely not. Starlight's like, no, I don't really care what his eyes color is. And hair was not always, like it didn't have, the guy didn't have to have the color hair that I desired. That's kind of silly, now that I think about it. So the age range, now this was going back in time here, we'll say 5 years ago. So I'm just gonna, my average now, I'm gonna be turning 25 this year. That's my favorite number. So I always told my kids that every year I'm turning 25. So say if I was 25. So if I was 25 right now, or turning 25 because my birthday is in August, then I would say, okay, I'm going to be turning 25. So I desire a man around 20 to 30. That would be my age range, a little bit younger and a little bit not too much older. Now, Starlight was really picky on as far as how old they were, if they were older than I am, even like now is like, I would have to meet them and see them in person, because one person could be, you could have, and this has happened to me where when I was in Colorado, there's a lady, we were exactly the same age. But you would not think that. If we would stood next to each other, you would thought, she was like mid-60s. And then you would have thought I was younger. There would be no way you would think that we were exactly the same age. She looked so much older than her age. So age range. So now why did Starlight pick that age? And before I even say anything on that, is as far as really the one that God has selected, like a twin flame relationship, because this world is backwards inside out, God has a way of flipping everything. Everything, all these things. So don't be surprised, your list that you made out of the, that the kind of body type, and like what race and what age, and where she lives, and if she has children or not, whether she wants to get married or not. I'll tell you what, I find out later on in my life, all that doesn't even really matter. So age doesn't matter in most degrees, like legal age and up, we're talking. So you got to make sure they're legal. You don't want to be messing around with little boys or little girls. And so a lot of men and women, they all have their own preferences of what age range they want. But with Starlight, the reason why Starlight wanted like right now, it would be would have been like 50. And really now, I would actually say, okay, to 57. That would be a very hard thing to even want to pick a man older than even 57, 50, that would be really odd for Starlight is to, so the reason why is for Starlight is maturity. So, but guess what? I found out is you can have a guy that's my age or even older and still lack maturity or experience in, in life, but everybody is different on what they're searching for. Some women might desire to be with a young guy for different reasons. On that same note is men, there's a different reasons why men prefer, like, and I know men out there that, if she just turned 18 today, that is, they desire to have that 18-year-old, and she just turned 18 today. out of all the age range. And, all guys are different, but a lot of men, and I'm not saying all men are like this, is a lot of men would like to have a young girl. Number one, their bodies, they're young and they're naive. Most of them are. They're unexperienced. And they might think that they're teachable, like to train them because they're so young, and these are reasons why Starlight sees why a man would want to be with a really young girl, like 18, around that age, is some men are like a daddy figure type, and they want that young kind of girl because of the kind of thing that they're into. Other reasons is because somebody that's much older than a young girl, then he can show her off out in public and like kind of broadcast, hey, look at, and a lot of people might think that's actually his daughter, so doesn't matter of the age. And Starlight really, I wanted somebody like my age, really close to my age, and not much older. Now, why? Well, just like, I was saying earlier, is there could be a man that is 57, but he looks 80, 81, 82. And what matters is, are they taking care of their bodies? That's what you really got to look at. And not only that, is who are they inside? Because whoever you're with, you've got to be attracted to them. But it shouldn't be all about outwardness. So for me, I could be a whole lot different. See, everybody comes from different backgrounds. So Starlight definitely always wanted to have somebody close to her age, because I never would want to go with a man too older. I don't want to say too older, but up in his age, where people would think that's my dad. That would not work for Starlight. They'd be like, oh, that must be your dad. No. So Starlight can't deal with that. And there's, reasons why everybody is a certain way. So no matter what I think about age, it doesn't make me wrong for my choices, just like somebody else, why they like certain things. Everybody is doing their own thing as long as the person is legal age. And, that's what matters. They got to be legal age, and find out in each state what is the legal age, for women or boys, girls or boys, because that's what they are. So, but the reason why I'm making this video is the universe, God, has a way of twisting everything around, everything, a lot of things that how Starlight actually desired to have a man, God just like flipped it. Like, this is what I thought to have. This is, the age, all of it has been turned around, so don't get too wrapped up in, oh, she's got to be this age, oh, he's got to be this, she's got to have her hair a certain color, Starlight was only interested in men that lived like a half hour away from where he lived. Good luck, Starlight. I had men sending me messages on the dating app like, that's a really small circle, Starlight. And it's like the universe does do that to people. I didn't know what God knew. So now I'm really interested in somebody really young. Isn't that crazy? I'm like, oh my. And then, what is so beautiful is that he's more mature than guys I've ever, dated before. Isn't that crazy? And I'm not ashamed of this. I would be proud to be out in public with this beautiful man. So don't think age or where they live. Starlight wanted a guy that lived right in her neighborhood. Okay, here, God, you got to have the man in this, like, in that circle, where am I going to get, here you got the whole world. So, because Starlight was afraid to drive, now she's not afraid to drive. And before, a long time ago, I didn't even ever fly in a plane. I've done that now. So, and let me think of what other, so everything, what you're thinking, don't be so set on all those things on your list. We all have them. Some people, they get at a certain age where they'll just take anything. Well, that's not good. Now they don't even have a list. Like, hey, I'm so desperate, I'll just take anything that comes along. Because there's people out there like that. I've met them. They're like, hey, I don't know you, but hey, or they're, like, oops, sorry, Starlight's got an itch. But, well, with me, it would be different, where they wouldn't care what the girl looked like, they just wanted a female. For what? You don't know her, so, and that is what you gotta be mindful is you might have your mind and heart set on certain things about that guy or girl, the color of the hair, how tall they are. God knows the perfect one out there. Did I say he or she is perfect? No, but the perfect one for you. A mirror image of, like, me being a female, it would be like me looking at myself, not that I'm going to see really me, but the perfect mirror of a male for me. God has that perfect match. So everything that you could believe and think your whole life, how it's got to be, and, everything on your list, throw the list away. There is important things that you should have on your list, sometimes, the rules that we make up can all get tossed aside. It's crazy, but it's true. I am a living proof of that, is that all these different things that I'm like, oh, this is how it, I didn't really, before I wasn't really, I was eating everything and anything, so it wasn't really about what they ate, but I was like, I knew I didn't really, I wanted a man. I always focus on the things that you want, is a man that wasn't drinking alcohol. So, hey, yay, so God knows you inside and out. That's why I say work on yourself. When you work inside of yourself, you have a beautiful twin flame. See, say if this little star here, right, is really that star, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this, is somebody taught me this a long time ago. So, whoopsie, Starlight's gotta adjust things here. Sorry about this. So the star, whoops, his Starlight should have just, okay, see if I can do this. Okay, whoopsie, would be like your legs far apart, and there's your star. See, I am the star. So we are made out of stardust, and these are angels. You have angel up there, over here, and angels with the star. I don't have all that made out, but so we are stars made out of star dust. It's in our DNA and our teeth and our iron, and all that stuff is part of star dust. And so here, right here, say this is your twin flame, and when you work inside your heart space, you're gonna find, just like the way this shirt is, where all the bigger stars are, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, this is a great kind of example of how your twin flame is. When you go within, really in the center, and you work on yourself, that star, that twin flame right here, is going to come out in the world somewhere. You could go on a plane trip and travel somewhere on the other side of the world and meet that one that you're waiting for. You're looking in your little circle, like I said. The whole world is bigger than that, right? We want to just stay on planet Earth, right? Starlight found hers on another planet somewhere that came to Earth, and it's so beautiful where you got the whole world to find that one. So don't limit yourself with such a small space like Starlight was. So when you work in your heart space, see how the twin is going to come out, and God is going to guide you and direct you to your twin flame somewhere out in the world, somewhere. It could be out in the world, you could go and travel somewhere, or you could go online and find your twin flame. Go on to like Facebook or Instagram or social media like YouTube or anything, and don't be shy. This is what the whole thing is. Don't be shy. Get out there and get yourself out there, but work on yourself, and that is gonna, like, because you're doing that work in yourself, God is gonna reward you and guide you. You're gonna have thoughts in your mind and like, hey, yeah, I'm going to travel. I'm going to go on vacation by myself, and I'm going to go all around the whole world, on the other side of the world, and I'm going to take like a couple weeks of vacation time, and I'm going to go out and relax. There's your twin flame way out there somewhere. I'm just going to say, who knows? I'm like trying to think of out in another place besides, well, New York, United States, out in India, for all I know. Could be out in China somewhere, You could go somewhere and say, hey, I need healing. I'm going to go out to India. And then, go to a restaurant and then meet someone. And you're talking and you're like, wow, this is weird. And you're going to feel it. You're going to know it when you meet with them. You're not gonna be aware of it. It does take time to actually have these things to get revealed. As far as a twin, it took me a long time. I mean, the first day that I met the beautiful man out there, is I didn't know right away. It took time of getting to know that person, and like, bam, then God revealed it, because I've been growing. I've been doing the inner work. I've been getting healed. I've been changing my, letting go of things that were not serving me, doing all this stuff, like letting go of alcohol, letting go of marijuana, starting to care about myself, loving myself. And then bam, the universe like gave me a peek. It's like, no, not you. The person is that beautiful that you won't even believe that one God picked out for you, especially for you. So throw away all those rules that you had your whole life. Like a Starlight is like, God, I mean, there's some things I'm not going to reveal on here, but my twin knows. There was something I said, even to my family, that no, I would never go out with that type of person. But now I'm crazy in love with that person. So God had a way of turning everything around. So all those things that like you are thinking, I'm trying to think of that word, things that you perceive to, that's not the word I'm wanting, is your expectations of what you think it should be like, throw it out. Focus on the main important things as far as, when you're working on this yourself, is really focus on the main, really important things. Are they eating healthy? Are they exercising? Are they loving themselves? Who are they? The inward. Forget about the outward appearance. Really focus on what they are like. Get to know them inside and then out. Anyway, I love you so much. And I thank the universe for putting this beautiful man in my life. And I am the happiest girl in the world, you know, for God blessing me with such a beautiful man out there. And anyway, I love you so much. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell. And don't be afraid, don't be shy. You can swing by and say hi to Starlight. Plus, you can share my videos with your family, your friends, a cat and a dog. And don't forget my playlist. Plus, you can follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. It's amazing when you find out that God already picked that one out. It will blow your freaking mind. I really wanted to say more than that. It will be like, look what I got for you. When you do the work, I got something special for you. That's how God works. It's not what we think. It's what God already has planned. God put everything in your heart space. And so, you know, it will come out when you're ready for it. Anyway, I love you. This is Starlight. Namaste. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.